Welcome back to the Marching Arts Network. I am the Stress Master. Thank you guys for joining me on another weekly recap video. We're going to be talking about some really crazy things that have been happening score-wise. It is really, I don't even know how to say it. It's just unprecedented what's happened with the scores. But before we get there, please make sure that you subscribe and then you like and share this video, because others I'm sure would love to see this kind of content. We would really appreciate it. In this video, we're going to be talking about scores. We're going to be looking at recaps, in-depth analysis. So if you're not into these kind of videos, stick around anyway. You might enjoy something, might enjoy this. I will be, if you missed Jen's video, go back and watch that. It's going to be up on the channel already. It's going to be up in the corner here. I'll put it up there so you guys can see it. Later on, I'll be doing a reaction to Boston Crusaders, my first real in-depth look at the show, really watching it, really analyzing it, being an active participant. I've watched it a couple times, but from far away, not really like paying attention, like not putting my React helmet on, where I like focus on things that are happening instead of just enjoying the show. I'm really analyzing the show and enjoying the show at the same time. So a double whammy there. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the scores here. Let's go ahead and cross on over here. A lot of scores to get to. All right, so let's start in lacrosse. Sorry. Blue coats and blue stars. And you can see blue stars have already gone up 4 points. That's another crazy thing. It's like everybody's going up these amazing amounts of points, and I just don't understand it. It's just like we're going to look at the Cavaliers because they go up a lot of points. So these are the recaps here. I just want to kind of just do a real baseline here. So GE, look at this scores. They got Blue Stars got second in GE here and fourth here. Colts got third in GE here, but second here. And then Troopers got third in this. So this judge really mixed it up with everybody here. So we have a 34-1 to a 30.2 tie with Blue Stars and Colts. Troopers 28-7. Like I said, we're going to go pretty quickly through these because we got a lot of recaps to go through. But I just kind of want to see where everybody's lining up and where they are. We have 16-8. I'm sorry, let's start over here. 16-2 in visual proficiency to a 15-2. And Troopers over the Colts in that caption. Visual analysis, 16-5, 15-3, 14-9 to 14-8. So write down the number there, the ranking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Color guard is 16-8, 15, 14-9. So really close here between Blue Stars and Colts. I have not seen Blue Stars shows, but everything I've been told is it's really good. It's a really cool show. So I can't wait to see it. All right, brass 15-7, 14-8, 14-3, 14-4. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually use the Core Clash app later on to kind of look at everybody together in terms of like where they're lining up totals. And once again, you have to take everything with, they're not performing at the same show at the same time with the same judges. But we can kind of get an idea of where everybody's at. And then percussion is 16-2, and then 14-4, and then Troopers. Great drum line, man. Look at that, 15-3. So they're close to the Blue Coats. They're doing really, really well in percussion. So shout out to the Troopers. You guys have always had a great drum line. I mean, I've enjoyed their every drum line since they made it back in the top 12. Was it 2022 when I was there live? Great show. So you guys can kind of see everything here. I don't want to kind of go too, like I said, too in depth on a lot of these shows. So let's go ahead and look at the Bakersfield show. You know what? Yeah. Okay. So this is Blue Devils, Impulse, Golden Empire, Blue Devil C. This is just their open class show that they had. Blue Devils doing really, really well to 70.2. Impulse, I actually kind of like their show this year. I'm really impressed. They have a big core. They're doing well. They're improving. And Golden Empire, I haven't seen your show. Sorry, Tim, I haven't seen your guys' show yet. I seem to keep missing that show. So, okay. So Mankato, Minnesota, Cavaliers. So this is where the Cavaliers jump 5.5 points. 5.5 from one show to the next show. Troopers at a 75.3, Colts at a 75, Madison Scouts at a 71. Let's go ahead and look at the recaps real quickly. We're going to try to keep this train moving. But you can see like GE's kind of flipped here. This judge thought the Colts got the GE here. 15-4 to 15-1, but this judge was 15-8 to 14-5, so completely opposite, 1.3 difference. So that's why they're having 2 now. But you can see, look how close the scores are: 30.9, 30.0, 29.9. So all 3 of these cores kind of within the same realm of each other. Visual proficiency, kind of the same story here. Look at this. First place for the Colts for visual, second place to the Cavaliers, third place for the Troopers. And then for visual analysis, 14-4 to a 14-1 to a 13-9 to a 13-1. Color guard, 16, a point difference here, only a half a point difference here. So Cavaliers, really strong color guard this year. Their show is really cool. If you have not seen the show, go back and watch our podcast when we actually watch it. Really good show. Really good show. I think they have a lot of room to grow, and that's why they're making leaps and bounds. But I mean, they went up 5.5 here, and the next show you're going to see they went up another increment. It's just crazy how much they're jumping up here. Okay, so music brass, 15, 14-8 for the Scouts. The Scouts have a really good horn line. They are ranking really high in terms of where their position is. It's just crazy. They sound really, really good. Cavaliers with 15-0. 14-6 to a 14-4, and the Crossman of 14-2. I'm not meaning to neglect the Crossman. I'm just kind of trying to look at everything that's going on here. Okay, so music analysis. Troopers actually taking first in music analysis to Cavaliers, to Colts, 15-7, 15-4, 14-9 to 14-8. Music percussion, Troopers in first in this competition. Once again, really good percussion. To a 16-3, 15-1, 15-3, and 14-6. So, all right. A lot going on here. We're going to keep the train rolling. Okay. So, Noonan, Georgia. And these shows were both yesterday. So, Phantom Regiment, 82.650. Really getting up there with the other cores. The other cores are in the 83, 84, 85 range. So, they're starting to peak up there. This is where I'm really excited for is the Spirit of Atlanta. They're in that hunt for 12th place, possibly 11th place. So we're going to see where that lands. We're going to look at that on the Core Clash app a little bit later. But Music City, Genesis, Spartans here, and then Memphis Blues and Heat Wave in the open class division, and all age Atlanta Corvettes. So, all right. So we're going to look at the recaps just real quickly, just kind of see where we're at. So 16-8. Let's start over to the left. 16-4 in GE to a 14-7. So, Phantom Regiment's in going to be in that upper part, and Spirit of Atlanta's in the lower part, but it doesn't mean they're not good. I haven't even seen their show yet, to be honest. I think I've seen a clip of it, but no, we did watch it. We watched Spirit of Atlanta on the podcast. Sorry, we did watch it, but it was really far away. It was really hard to see, but really good. They sound really good. So let's look at these scores here. So 16-8. GE2 to a 14-8 here, 14-5, 14-1. So average of 33.2 to 29.5 to 29.3. So Music City also right in that hunt. Remember we looked earlier on, they were in the top 12 at one point, score wise, of course, but that's before everybody performed. But man, Music City, way to go. Really excited for all these cores, man. They're making moves and all this stuff. It's really, really cool. Even Genesis, look at this. So we got a visual proficiency of 16-6 to 14-6, 14-8 for Music City. Music City getting second place over Spirit of Atlanta. Genesis with the 14-1. Spartans with the 13-7. So Spartans actually not doing bad. And they're typically an open class core, but they petition to be judged with the world class to kind of see where they're at in terms of scores in case they want to move to world class. I think it's a great idea. Like I said, they won like 2 or 3 years in a row. I mean, it's time to move up. 16-4, 14-8, 15, 14-2, and 13-7. So once again, not bad. Okay, Spartans actually getting fourth place in color guards, 14-2. They always had a strong color guard, though. 16-4, 14-5, 14-8 to a 14-2, and then a 13-2. Excuse me. Brass, 16-6, 14-9, 14-3, 14-5. So Genesis doing actually really, really well. Third place in brass. So good for you, Genesis. Right on. I've always liked Genesis shows. They do some cool stuff. I can't wait to see their show, too. I haven't seen their shows. So I haven't seen Music City. Have not seen Genesis, haven't seen Spartans, and I've seen Spirit of Atlanta, but from really far away. Not on a professional flow video. Okay. Music analysis 16.3. So I mean, you guys can see the rest of the scores here. I'm not going to go down too much, but I just get really interested to see how everybody is lining up in the season so far. So I mean, we're just a couple weeks in. Okay, so let's get to today's show. So Santa Clarita, this is going to be Boston Crusaders, Santa Clara Vanguard, Mandarins, Blue Knights, Pacific Crest Academy. So a lot of the top 12 in here, possibly Blue Knights and Pacific Crest are also in that kind of bubbly area. So let's look at the recaps here. So let's jump on in. Sorry, I'm trying not to sneeze. I'm really trying hard. Okay, so Boston Crusaders GE 17. They are so good. My gosh, they're so good. They're so good. Their show really lives up to the hype. It's boom, man, everywhere. The first 4.5, 5 minutes, just boom, 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 boom. Then they have a ballad, and then more boom, 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 boom. The rest of the show. It's really impressive. The color guard is once they get some time to actually practice, because they haven't had a lot of breaks in between all the shows here in California and from Washington down to California. They've had probably like a day or two in between, but like Blue Devils has 5 days, and Santa Clara's going to have 5 days, and then Blue Devils going to have another 6 days to clean. Boston's really not having that time to clean, so they're doing really, really well for not having that extra time. I think once they get time to like relax and heal and get back healthy again, full steam, they're going to be really unstoppable. I think they're going to take it this year, but who knows? Don't know what Blue Coats are going to do. Last year, no one expected that until right near the end, and then all of a sudden they went right past the Boston Crusaders. But okay, so 17 to 16.5, and then it goes right down the ranking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same thing here, 33.8, right on down the rankings. And Santa Clara, really cool, colorful show. It's not my favorite show, but I don't dislike the show. I actually like it. I like it, what it does. I'm excited to see where it's going to grow to. Mandarin show, the first half of the show for me is really, really good. And then the second half kind of slows down for me a little bit. So I'm really hoping they can get some more energy into the second half of the show. I think it's really going to help them. Not that it's a bad show. They perform really, really well. But the first half, I think, is stronger than the second half right now. That's just my opinion. Blue Knights. Let's look at everybody's scores here. So we got a 16.7 in visual proficiency to a 16.6. I see that. They march really well. Vanguard does. Mandarins with a 16.0. 16.6. 16.9 in visual analysis. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. It's their opinion. Because I watched both of the shows tonight. Boston, I think maybe I don't know. It's saying the composition is higher. I don't agree with that at all, man. They're doing some cool hard stuff, but Boston's is way harder to me. Looking like they're doing much more complicated stuff, but maybe it's just I'm being biased because of the color guard. The color guard does a lot of the visual parts in terms of like the integrated things happening and all the cool things. So maybe, possibly, okay. Yeah, that's what the judges are saying. Color guard is 17.1. Definitely. They are great color guard. Really cool stuff. Okay, so let's jump into the brass section, and we're going to keep trucking down here. 16.9, 16.5, 16.2. Once again, right down the rankings. Really good score with the 16.9 there. And Phantom Regiment had a 16.6. So kind of in the same ballpark. And once again, they're not the same show, so they're not going to be ranked in the same way, but. So music analysis, 16.8 to a 16.6. Music percussion, they actually got second place only by a 1/10 of a point. So Vanguard always has a strong percussion sections. You can't ever discount them at all. All right, so that is that show. I know I'm kind of going really fast. I apologize, but we got a lot of scores to go through. And then we're going to look at the Core Clash app and see where everybody lands. So this is, once again, so they had a 77.1 before. They went up 2.4 points. So they've gone up a total of 7.9 points in 2 shows. I don't think that's ever been done before. Within a week. 7.9. That's a lot of points. And then Blue Stars, look at this jump, 79.1. So they kind of jumped up, and I think it's because they're moving with Cavaliers. Troopers with a 77.60, and Colts with a 77.3. So, all right, a lot of scores here, but let's look at them together. I'm going to pull up the Core Clash apps. All right, well, we have the scores up here, and once again, you got to take this with a grain of salt, as they say, but because they haven't competed together with the same judges, same place, same venue, all lined up. I'm sure places are going to change, rankings are going to change, but kind of gives us an idea where everybody's at. So we have Boston Crusaders with an 84.15, Blue Coats with an 83.3. They haven't competed in 3 days, so I'm sure that score is going to bump up. And Phantom Regiment with an 82.65. Santa Clara with an 82.6. So everybody's kind of really close together there. Blue Devils have a 6-day gap. They don't perform again until July the 12th in Pasadena, I believe. So you're going to see a huge jump from them. You can see there's a 6.4 point jump, and I'm sure they're going to jump again once we get into the next show. Carolina Crown with an 81.5, Cavaliers 79.5, Blue Stars 79.1, Mandarins with 79.0. So people they're starting to group them together, kind of like what they did last year. 7 through 9, 6, first through 6. And then of course we have that bubble right around the 12 through 16. 75.05, 74.9, Spirit of Atlanta with 73.8, Music City with the 73.35, and then Crossman with the 73.2. So they're kind of there. Madison is closer to that 12th bubble. And once again, these can change as soon as they compete together. You just never know. And you can see the rest of the lineup here. So let's look a little bit. Sorry for the scrolling. Let's look at a different caption. We're going to look at GE. This is where things flip a little bit. Blue Coats, 34.1, 33.8 Boston, 33.2 Phantom, Blue Devils with 32.8. And once again, this is a couple days, 3 days ago now. Santa Clara, 32.7, and then 32.4. So I wanted to point something out. So we have Blue Stars here with the 32.0, and the top score is a 34.1. So 2.1 difference, but a lot of cores are right here in the 32s. Colts with the 31, Mandarins with the 31, 30.5 for Blue Coats or Blue Knights, and then Madison in 13th with 30.2. And you can see the other cores are in 29s and then 28s and 27s. So it's really interesting when we start switching. So we go to music, Boston Crusaders 25, Santa Clara with the 24.9. Blue Coats are all the way down in 6th place in this caption. Phantom Regiment with the 24.7, Carolina Crown with the 24.6. So a lot of groups or a lot of cores are within not even a point. Look at this, it's like 0.7 difference between all these cores right here. And then Mandarins are the 23.95. So they're pretty close in that range too. And then we have Troopers with the 23.8, 23.6, and then Colts with the 22.9, Blue Knights, and then Madison Scouts. And then Spirit of Atlanta and Crossman and the other ensembles down there. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I am sick and I'm trying to get this video done for all of you. So let's look at visual. Boston Crusaders on top with the 25.2. Santa Clara in 2nd place with 25.0. 24.75. Phantom in 4th. Carolina Crown in 5th. Blue Devils in 6th. 7th, Blue Stars. Blue Stars kind of staying right in that 7th range. Good for them. Mandarins, Cavaliers, Colts, Troopers, Music City. Look at that. Music City in 12th place in visual. And then Madison Scouts right below them in Spirit of Atlanta, and Blue Knights in 15th place in that caption. So it's been a really turbulent, like, top 12. It's just been all over the place in terms of scoring. All right, guard. Boston Crusaders 17-1. They are on top right now, 0.3 of a point. Really fantastic guard. I just did a video for Boston Crusaders. I'm going to put it up as soon as I can after this video, but you guys will be able to see it. Amazing show, just fantastic. Okay, so you can see everybody's pretty tight here, even in guard. I mean, 17-1 is the top score, down to a 16-1 is 7th place, only 1 point difference. And Blue Stars is right in that realm. Mandarins, Colts, Troopers, and Crossmen with the 15-0. Look at that. Madison Scouts, Music City, Spirit of Atlanta, and Blue Knights. So Blue Knights, now we've seen them in a couple captions where they're in 15th and 16th place. So they're kind of in that bubble. If Madison Scouts can boost their scores, they'll be back into the top 12, I think. I was really hopeful for Spirit of Atlanta. We'll see what happens. And Music City, I'm very impressed with what they're doing. I'm going to eventually get to their show and see it. But I do want to watch it on Flow because it is a lot better quality in terms of like sound and visual. So hopefully we'll get to see that. So here we go. Okay, so let's go to percussion. Santa Clara Vanguard in first place, 16-7. And then tied is Boston and Phantom. Carolina Crown, Blue Devils tied is 16-4. And once again, you can see everybody's within a point. Not even a point. It's like 0.6. So really tight scores in the top 12. 15.6. Cavaliers dropped 0.7. Wow. So they'd be at 16-3 if they hadn't dropped, or even higher. They'd be up in this realm. Interesting. And Troopers also dropped 0.3, which they would be there. But once again, it's like every show is different. Every judge is different. You can't really do as like apples and oranges most of the time. Spirit of Atlanta, 15-4 in percussion, 15-1 Colts. And then we have Blue Knights, and then Madison Scouts, Pacific Crest, Genesis Music City down here, Crossman, and the other groups. So you can see how like close everything is, just tenths of a point. That's all it is, just tenths of a point. From being either in top 12 or being out of top 12. It's just really volatile this year. All right. As caption, brass. Boston Crusaders, 16-9. Fantastic ensemble. Phantom Regiment, 16-6. Santa Clara, Carolina Crown. Bluecoats all the way down in 7th place. Very interesting. That's quite a ways down. That's 1.2 below Boston Crusaders. Very interesting. I said it's very volatile. Every caption is up for grabs pretty much. Blue Knights, Cavaliers, Blue Stars, Colts, Spirit of Atlanta right in tied for 12th. Academy, and then Madison Scouts down here in 15th place. Crossman, Music City in 19th. So if they can make up some tenths in Music City, push them up into this realm, anybody can have a shot. I'm just for that 12th spot. Even 11th spot is just tenths of a point here, tenths of a point there. Wow. Okay. So hopefully that wasn't too much for you. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Truly do appreciate it. Please make sure you subscribe if you have not done so. And then also make sure you visit our YouTube page where we have our videos and you can join the community. You can also become a member of this channel. And then you can also visit our marching arts store, which is attached to our channel. And it's on the bottom of every video that you've seen. We would really appreciate it and help support this channel. Buy some cool merch, and then you get to flaunt it and go, I watch the Marching Arts Network. So we really would appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. We will see you on the next video. You know what to do. You know how to do it. You know when to do it. You just got to march on. Thank you so much.